Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits, as it should. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We got some things to talk about. There has been some new updates in regards to the Diddy files. We have got to talk about it. My Lord, things have getting crazier and crazier. Things are getting wilder and wilder indeed. Anyway, we got things to talk about. I had a feeling this was coming. I think we all had a feeling more ish was about to drop. Some more information has come out, and we are here to talk about it. We have no other choice but to talk about it and react and maybe clutch our pearls a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, there are claims of things that have happened all the way back to college days. College, guys, which is absolutely insane. I'll explain a lot more when we get into this conversation, but please do me a favor. Before we get into everything, before we dive deep into the Diddy files, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Make it scream out your doggone name as you guys start to file in. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to every single last one of y'all. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got some new crazy updates, and it's just getting worse for Diddy. It's just getting worse. Do not forget, after you hit that reaction button, after you hit that like button, please don't forget to hit that follow button on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter /X, all those platforms. That would really mean a lot. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Crush it if you're watching on YouTube. And of course, if you want to support the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Hit that join button down below, become a member of the family, or you can go and check out my Patreon, patreon.com/thepascalshow. It's going this way as we speak underneath me as I'm talking about it right now. Now it's going away, but it comes back in a second. So go check it out. Support if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. These purple lights don't pay for themselves. And if you appreciate the way I tell these stories, please support. That'd be amazing. All right, guys. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Okay. Federal agents mad because he's flagrant as hell, apparently. But yeah, we are here to talk about Mr. Diddler, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Brother Love, Puff, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Diddler, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him. All right. We're here to talk about all this because there's some new information. He is could be facing a federal grand jury here in the very near future. What does this all mean? We're going to talk about that. We're going to get down into it because there's some things that are going on here revolving around Sean Diddy Combs. This is Love, Brother. I don't know what he calls himself now. But man, as the things gotten crazier and wilder, it's funny because this is the same person that sits there and says, I do it all through love. It all comes from love. No, you did a lot of stuff. There's a lot of allegations piling up on your table right now. More and more people are stepping forward. Now there's some things that are coming out that are even more insane that I'm going to play for you. I'm going to play it for you guys. We're going to get straight to it. I'm just going to play it for you guys. It's from CNN. CNN of all places, by the way. CNN. It's not like this is coming from just like, no disrespect to TMZ, but I'm just saying, it's not like it's coming from TMZ. It's not like it's coming from some gossip blogger. All right. This is coming from CNN. It's almost like we're saying like Nancy Grace, right? If you guys have been following the other stories that I've been covering lately and talking about Nancy Grace, right? This is CNN. Okay, guys? This is not just, just some rag out here. And I'm not throwing shade at TMZ. I'm just saying not just some BS blog site, amateur, reporting type thing. And it's just like word on the street type of BS. You feel me? This is coming from CNN. All right. So let me share this with you guys. Let me pull this video up for you guys so we can take a look at it, shall we? All right. I need to breathe a little bit. But this is absolutely just freaking crazy. We're going to look at this. Hold on. Let me just pull this up, make sure I got it. All right. Boom. It's there. Boom goes the dynamite. All right. So I want to make sure I had that. Let me share this with you guys. Let's rock and freaking roll into this mug. This is from CNN, guys. I'm not joking. I got to jump in and out of it because this is CNN and they kind of fly in. Okay. And they do their thing. Okay. But I got to use fair use. And I know some of you guys are like, I'm so tired of you jumping in and out of your videos. Meh. And I explained to you guys a million times over, listen, the reason why I have to do that is for fair use. If I just roll this thing cover to cover, back to back, they can come in and go, well, you can get hit with all kinds of strikes and all that kind of stuff. And we ain't down for that, okay? Just so y'all understand. The fact that I have to explain that to some people, I don't get it. It's so unbelievable. Okay. But nonetheless, I'm going to jump in and out of this because there's some things in here that you can't not miss. Okay. Hit the number one. Let me know you guys can hear this. Let's rock and roll.
Since November, you'll probably remember that Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 directly accusing him of sexual assault. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister has all of this new reporting for us. Elizabeth, what more are you learning?
Good morning, Kate. So this is obviously the biggest escalation since those March raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. We are now hearing that federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. Now, sources do caution that investigators are still in the process of gathering information. In fact, they are still calling in new witnesses, and they have called in some witnesses multiple times. We also hear that the majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me that these people that have been brought in several times, these witnesses or these people that are coming in, not witnesses, but these people that they're having constantly come in numerous times, getting questioned and all that, now they're coming in with information. Now they're coming in with evidence. They're coming in with stuff. They're not just coming in and going, I don't know nothing. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. Nah, these are people that know some things, that actually have things in their possession where they're bringing it into, they're bringing it to the feds. They're bringing it to 5-0. So are his own people starting to snitch? Now, the thing is, I'm quite, but we're going to play more, but I'm quite curious. Who are all these people? And why are a lot of them coming back countless times? What do the feds have on these people that brings those people in for interrogation multiple times? Think about that for a second. Why would they go out of their way to call these specific people out? How would they know about these specific people? How would they know about these specific people? Remember that. Keep that in your brain for a second. Oh, yeah, I'll just give you a really big hint. Remember the time? Do you remember the time? Do you remember the time when there was the whole raid that happened in March? Remember that, mother lover? 2 houses raided, both alike in dignity. Remember that? Remember that house? 2 of them broke into, raided by police. Do the math for a second. Do the math. Why are they coming in? Why are they calling in these particular people? And these people are coming in and being interrogated several times. I'm already doing the math for you guys, but I'm just going to do it again. Math, raids. They walked out with items, did they not? Just saying. And now these people that have been coming in for questioning are cooperating, and they're giving more information. They're giving items and more proof, etc. Let's continue now. But pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, wouldn't you think? Let's continue though. Diddy in trouble. He got some splendid. Okay, Lord say. Lord say you got some splendid.
Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but they did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
And Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raid...
I'm sorry, hold on. You don't want to let that slip under the radar. What? What did she just say? What did she just say? What did she just say? What did she just say though? Oh, Diddy. See, this is what happens when you get your hand stuck in the cookie jar. Actually, in this particular cookie jar, none of it's consensual. So you just straight up stealing countless times from said cookie jar. Crazy, right? Crazy. Don't worry, I'm going to rewind that. Happy Chrissy just said, repeat. I'm going to rewind it because I don't want that slipping under the radar for y'all. Y'all need to hear this. Did I just say that? Did I just say what I said? Okay, I'm just going to rewind that one more time. Hold up.
Ongoing.
And Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned,
and Melly, no, don't ever say that. When it comes to this, when it comes to Diddy, like, no, we're not allowed to say that phrase. Like, we can't ever, never, not because he has like several times. Okay, just so you know, because of a lot of what Nicole B just said, cookie theft. All right, cookie theft. Okay, so we can't do the. You know, we're not allowed to do the come again. No.
Those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence.
Okay, I'm breaking it down. So you heard. As the ticker, as the lower third is about to show it right now, federal agents have video taken from inside Combs' residence. Now, here's what's interesting about this, okay? This could be two different things. So mind you, this could mean two different things. And I want everybody to understand that because it's easy for us to go with the rumors, which is rumor has it, and at least from what they've been saying out here, is that Diddy would have cameras everywhere. That he had cameras everywhere in his residence, everywhere in his home, in his bathrooms, bedrooms, in the hallways, living rooms, etc. So you are just being caught on tape 24/7. There's no way you can not get caught picking your nose or scratching your balls. I'm just being real. Or picking your ass. Picking that wedgie out. No worries. It's all caught on 4K. So even if you were just as innocently just hanging out, or innocent bystander, there's still a possibility of you out here getting caught doing something personal. Like I said, it could just be you picking your nose. It could be you just picking your teeth, biting your nails, scratching your booty. Any of those things can be pretty embarrassing because those are personal moments, right? Depending on how you see it. But then also you got to remember as well, all the parties that he does, all the get-togethers, so on and so forth. If there's party favors around and you happen to be somebody that partakes in those things, in the powder kind or in the pill kind, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You're going to partake and you're thinking, I'm indoors. No cameras, no phones are around. There's no possibility of me getting caught doing this said thing. Au contraire, mon frère. No. There's cameras everywhere capturing all of these things. So next thing you know, you're getting caught talking to a woman, talking to a man. When you are somebody who's out here, married or politician, or you have a clean-cut image to uphold, right? You got that squeaky clean household name, trustworthy, all-American guy, Will Smith type level of stardom, okay? And you're out here doing lines and banging S workers on a coffee table, and that's getting caught on tape? Not a good thing. Not a good thing. So he's having all this footage, potential footage, that he could use to potentially destroy you or blackmail you. But then that's one side of the fence. Mind you, that's one side of the fence. And right now, this is all just what people are saying out here in these streets, right? This is what's just being said. Now, what are the chances of them just getting footage of his ring cams, the cameras that are security cameras that are on the exterior of the house, but they're constantly seeing the same person? I'm just using Tyler Perry, for example. I'm not saying that Tyler Perry is a part of this whole lawsuit or anything, but I'm just saying, let's just say a big star is seen walking in and out of the residence from the exterior, from exterior cameras. Say the interior video cameras and all that is absolute BS, which I still think it's still real. All right. But imagine it being somebody like Tyler Perry, Michael B. Jordan. I don't know anybody else. Okay. Walking in and out. You're just seeing the same face over and over and over again. He keeps coming back over here day or night. It doesn't matter. Right. So there's a good possibility that they're just doing their due diligence and doing their math by checking out the footage of people walking in and out of the house or houses, right? Doesn't mean that they're going, oh, we see them bumping uglies in the living room, and while the private chef is making pina coladas, you know what I mean? Like in the kitchen down the way, you know what I mean? It's not. There's still that possibility, right? You can still have that possibility on the table, but there is also the other possibility that they're only looking at information or footage of these people, these names, walking in and out of the building. Doesn't mean that there's a crime that they're committing with Diddy, right? It just means that they're going in and out of that mansion. You see what I'm saying? So before we jump all the way into it and going, oh my gosh, it means that such and such, it may be just from them seeing things from the exterior. But if he really does have a security system in which he has cameras in every single room, then yeah, those people who are getting brought in and getting questioned and all that, they have a lot of explaining to do. like a lot, y'all. It's bad. It's bad. Long story short, it's bad. Let's continue on. Oh, and let's not forget, I'm going to say this ahead of time because she says it in a second, but they did say something about a male S worker involved in these questionings as well. It's very interesting. Let's continue on, guys.
We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me.
So you got a male S worker showing up, okay, walking in, sauntering into Diddy's home, either in the one in Miami or the one in or the one in Florida or the one in LA. Either way, they see somebody who keeps walking in and out of this person, of Diddy's home, that happens to be in the industry, if you get what I'm saying, of the spicy kind, right? Very interesting, though. Very interesting. And now these people, I knew that they were going to have, like, let me just say this. First off, we're hearing this from CNN. We're not hearing this from TMZ. We're not seeing this leaked randomly on some website, on some random YouTube channel or something of that sort. This is actually coming from CNN's mouth. So I really do think the person who leaked, I think the person who actually leaked the footage, the initial footage of the hotel, is law enforcement. That's what I think. A lot of people are going, oh, no, Cassie did it, or, so on and so forth, did it, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you right now, if we're getting more information, like now CNN is the source for all the scathing, clutch my pearls moments right now. It's CNN. And sure, they got sources that are telling them things. Sure. But think about it. They're the ones who leaked the hotel footage. And this is CNN we're talking about. CNN ain't about that life. I mean, I understand that their ratings might be dropping and all that stuff. I'm sure they need something that's going to give them a little pick-me-up. But at the same time, I don't think that they just got that from some random disgruntled ex-employee of the Intercontinental Hotel. No, I think that this came from someone who works within law enforcement and leaked that information out. Now we're hearing even more information. Why? Because they're looking into all this footage. They're looking at all this video. So I'm sure they said, let's give Diddy a run for his money. Want to make him know for sure that we are hot on his ass. And he ain't going nowhere. Unless he's in Bali already. God only knows. Hanging out with Russell Simmons, just doing sun salutations with Russell Simmons. Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night. But I really do think that through their investigation, through this raid, they were able to get this stuff. And I wouldn't put it past Diddy to have this information, to have all this footage, including the hotel footage, for his own enjoyment, which is dumb. Like, we listened to Cuba, okay, a couple days ago or last week or something like that, with his rubber band. I don't know why he was like, I don't know why he had that. I don't know why he had a rubber band on his chin. But outside of that, all right, we heard him say, I don't understand why somebody would hold on to that kind of stuff in their own home. Who would do that, right? Sound all dry, like he needed water, a Gatorade, okay? But it does make you wonder, why would somebody hold that kind of stuff? I'd be burning that, I'd be dropping that ish in the middle of the sea. Okay? In the bottom of the sea, like in the bottom of the mother of it, that thing, no one would see it. Why would you hold on to that, right? And that's what exactly Kubo is trying to say. Who would hold on to that kind of stuff? Oh, no, Diddy would. But you realize that by him holding on to that content, that's shooting himself in the foot. It doesn't make him look good. It's not like a moment where he's given $1 million to feed the homeless, okay? It's not like anything like that. He's holding on to something where he's doing something so horrific, so egregious, that no one would hold on to that kind of footage unless they were using it as blackmail. What, he gonna blackmail his own ass? Like I said, math ain't mathing to me. Why would he hold on to that information? But then on top of it, you're videotaping and you're capturing footage of everything in every single room that you live in, every single room that you have in your home. Don't get me wrong. I get the idea of security. You don't want people going into your home. You are a rich man. There's a lot of people out to get you, so on and so forth. I get that 100%. But the fact that you're using that to blackmail the rich and powerful, doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And so much that he's recorded all this stuff that has come back and bit him right in the butt. Ain't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Think about that for a second. He's like, oh, I'm about to blackmail all y'all. Politicians, movie stars, big time music producers, huge music moguls as well. And the fact that all that he was using to have power over people now is being used to control him now. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? My, how the pendulum does swing. Does it not? Ha ha. Let's continue on, though. We got a few more seconds here.
And that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, this is much bigger than just these lawsuits.
We talking Rico charges, okay? We talking Rico. We talking money laundering. We talking about the rush hour, and we talking about moving people. We're talking about taking advantage of people. We're talking about putting his hands on people. Like, it's bad, okay? All kinds of bad. All right. Don't worry. I'm going to roll that a little bit just so you guys can hear that last part, because that's where it gets thick, right? That's where the information is thick. We got an article we're going to look at here as well, but I did want to share that with you guys indeed. I got a super chat, though. Carbonized. First off, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. It was a smart move for the cops to release the video after his "These Are Lies" post. It annihilated his credibility. Oh, my God. Did it? Did it or did it not? It did. Oh, it did so bad. It was so bad. So bad. And to the point where now any person that wants to step forward and try to like hold it down for him right now, they're all looking like Boo Boo the Fool. All of them, I would hope. All the people that were sitting there going, leave that man alone, man. Taking the black man down. I don't know. I hope that they've retracted all that stuff. I hope that they've gone back and said, see what had happened was, all right. Like there were some things that were said to me in the past that I believed, and I knew him as a friend, and I was holding it down for him, and he held it down for me because he paved the way for my career. You feel me? So I was wrong. That's exactly what we expect. Say you're wrong and keep it moving. Keep making, make a song about it. You know what I mean? Trials and tribulations, you know what I mean? Whoa, make a song about it. Just move on. But don't fight this. Don't fight this. You're going to lose. And I say that to Diddy too. Don't fight this. You're going to lose. It doesn't matter if 3 out of those 4 or 3 out of those 7, civil lawsuits that have come out. Sorry, there's 6 now. Okay. Obviously, he closed that one out with Cassie, but let's just say half of them are lying. Let's just say, which is probably not even the case, but let's just say, doesn't matter. Still going to lose. Still going to lose. That footage was enough. That footage shows everything that he said. Oh, this is a witch hunt. Enough is enough. All that stuff. Nah, man. Nah, he needs to stop. He needs to stop with the quickness. With the quickness. All right. Melanin Queen, thank you so much. Diddy's own son didn't do him any favors by taunting the feds. Yeah. Especially when he's facing his own A charges. A complete and utter idiot him is. I agree. It's like, just keep your hands to yourself. Especially when it has to do with 5-0. Like, just keep your hands to yourself. Why? Why try to poke the sleeping bear? Why even waste your time with that BS? Why? I ask why. You got feds busting into your front door. You don't sit there and go, well, I'm going to fight this. It's not fair. No. You keep your mouth shut. And you go, come on in. Entree. You have a warrant? Like you literally have, you have the paperwork in which it means you can come in here and search my home, my dad's home. Okay. Say less, bro. Here you go. I don't need to get put in handcuffs or nothing like that. I'm done. Yeah. Lala just said, dude said, hey man, that ain't, you talking about 1167. This is 1166. Yeah, that's next door. Yeah. It's the mailbox. Yeah, it's the mailbox. It throws everybody off. It's the one next door. Yeah. Be blessed. Okay, bye-bye. That's what it should. I'm just saying. Oh man. It's the mailbox. It just throws everybody off. They think that this is they get my mail and we get their mail. You know, it gets crazy. Things get confused all the time. But that's next door. Yeah. I know I look like Diddy. I know. But he ain't my daddy. Okay. Last I checked. Wouldn't mind that check. You know what I mean? Next door. Yeah. See it. But no, that didn't go down the way it went down. Okay. So we got some things we got to look into. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. Pretty crazy stuff. Man, Diddy. Anyway, he is facing charges as grand jury is impaneled in New York City to hear from accusers and exes. Do you realize, like, okay. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to let y'all know. So last night, isn't it funny? There are thousands and thousands of TV shows, thousands and thousands of movies, okay? Millions of TV shows, millions of movies. And you go on to Netflix or any of these streaming sites and you just never know what to watch because you feel like you watched everything. You've combed the entire internet streaming service world, right? And you're always desperate trying to find something. Well, I started watching this documentary. It's a docuseries about Nick and Aaron Carter. Yeah, very interesting stuff, I'll say. All right. But what's interesting about this one, it's all about Nick, really, so far. I haven't finished it yet. But I'm watching this so far, and ex-girlfriends are coming on to the documentary. And I'm like, damn, that's insane. Because exes are they're the worst. That's terrible. Okay. It's terrible. Because sometimes you might think in your head, do they have is there a vendetta? Are they a disgruntled ex? Opportunity to hit up to go on here and destroy an ex, but also exes know a lot. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting when you hear about exes getting involved with this case, right? I think it's very interesting. I will say this. I was watching the documentary. There is one about what, like, Nick's ex, one of Nick's exes is on it. And she even said something, and I'm like, wow. Eesh. There was just some part where I'm like, not sitting here saying that I don't believe her, but there was a moment where I was like, is she telling the full truth here? Or is she just saying this because she just wants to bury Nick? Now, I have no opinion on any of the allegations that have been said against Nick, like, at all. I don't really know much about it. I've just heard stories about it, right? People covering it on YouTube channels and whatnot. But what's very interesting about it, though, is this particular ex was like, she says, oh, this harrowing type of thing. She leads up to it, but then she doesn't give no details. I find that weird. That's the whole reason why you're on the show, right? They're on the show to talk about how terrible and how monstrous this person is. And then as soon as you get to the part in which, and you don't talk about it, it instantly makes everybody go, you know what I mean? I know that's a little bit of a left turn, but it just something I thought about just now, just flashed through my head. I'm like, I'm watching this right now, and I'm like, wait a second. And she was like part of the Pussycat Dolls and all that. Pushing on my buttons, babe. That song, right? And a bunch of other ones. But still, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, something's weird about that. You know what I mean? She's not saying anything about it, but she's on this show, and it's an opportunity for her to get her story out there and be heard, right? And she doesn't even do that. I'm like, this seems sus. Doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean that what she went through wasn't true, but just felt weird, right? I'm an inquisitive mother lover. That's just who I am. I like to ask a lot of questions, right? In that moment, I was like, that seemed a little bit odd. That's just me, though, right? But anyway, it's always bad when the exes get involved, okay? And the exes do know things, okay? They do know things. So he's facing charges as a grand jury has been selected to hear evidence against him in a federal probe. The DOJ is gearing up to bring a criminal indictment against him, as his accusers have been told they could be brought to testify in New York City. Wow. So we already know he's been named in 8 lawsuits accusing him of SA and human rush houring. Okay. And I have to use these code words, unfortunately, but you know exactly what that means because it's right there and I'm reading it, just putting in a code word. Okay. The potential witnesses have not yet been prepped to testify for the prosecution, as Homeland Security investigators are still reportedly gathering evidence in the case. A source told CNN that detectives want to indict their indictment, against Diddy to be quote unquote bulletproof. Okay. The indictment would not be related to Diddy's filmed A of Cassie in Los Angeles. All right. Now we already know about her being, saying that he, plied her with party favors, forced her to have relations with other men while he taped these things. He was constantly SAing her and all that stuff. Of course, we already remember that he said that these things were all a lie and this whole thing was some sort of witch hunt, only to find out that this was actually true because we now have footage. And this is just a still of said footage where he is in nothing but a towel attacking a fully clothed Cassie in a hallway of a hotel, which apparently he spent $50,000 bribing the hotel so that he can get the footage and destroy it. But apparently he didn't destroy it. And we all remember about the I'm sorry. What I did was unexcusable. But I'm a man. I'm trying to be a better man every single day. Trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? So, yes, the feetage. Wearing nothing but socks. Yeah, man. Yeah, grateful. Wearing nothing but socks and a towel. And he was still able to hold on to that towel and manhandle her at the same damn time. Do you understand how much power that is? I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's diabolical. Yeah, grateful. You know, that's some nasty work. All that feedage out her running around here wearing socks that he probably been wearing for the past 3 days, smelling like Doritos from the feet up. Doesn't matter how much he washed them bodies. All right, he's still smelling like Doritos. Trust and believe. Nasty mother. Moving on. Now his sons. Okay, we already know that both of his sons were handcuffed during the raid at their father's residence in Los Angeles. Okay, 2 more women accused of Diddy of SA in the lawsuits filed on the eve of the expiration of the Adult Survivors Act last November, a New York law permitting victims of SA a 1-year window to file civil action regardless of the statute of limitations. This is the reason why all of this is coming out. The lawsuits filed by Joy Dickerson and another woman who has not yet been named allege acts of SA, beatings, and forced drugging in the early 1990s. All right. By Combs, and of course, we already know about what he was doing back then. All right. And I mean, this is footage of one of his sons. Okay. And what's interesting, they're saying that down underneath the footage, they're saying the mother of two of Diddy's sons shared this footage of the raid, calling it an overtly militarized force. Interesting, though, right? I mean, let's be real. I get it. I get it. I fully get it. That like some people might look at this and see this angle as like, hey, how dare they go in, guns blazing, just hot and fresh out the kitchen. R. Kelly, I'm sorry. But still, just crazy coming out the gate like that, right? But you don't know what's on the receiving end, on the other end of that door when you bust that door open. You don't know what you're expecting. All you've heard about is how violent this individual is. All you know is that this person has done terrible, terrible things. There's been stories in Cassie's accounts or Cassie's documents telling an account where he was fully suited and booted, ready to go after somebody. Ready to go after, I think it was Suge Knight at that time, because he heard that Suge Knight was in the city and he's getting all suited and booted. Let's not forget this too. This mother lover made a car go boom, boom. Kid Cudi's own car. He literally had that car go boom, explode. Because he had a problem with Kid Cudi trying to step to Cassie. Now, I don't know how bad it is. I don't know, like, if Kid Cudi was trying to step towards her while he knew she was in a relationship with Diddy, or if they were on a break, you know what I mean? Like Ross and Rachel or something like that. You know what I mean? We're on a break. I don't know if they were on a break or not. All I know is that Kid Cudi was trying to step to her, and all of a sudden, his car goes boom. I mean, there's other ways to tell somebody to back off, like simply go up to him and be like, yo, back the F off. She mine. She with me. She my girl. That's all you need to do. Not the mine, but she's my girl. Back off. Kick rocks. But no, he makes a car go boom. That is not dialogue, okay? That's attempted M. Just saying. So I don't blame law enforcement coming in suited and booted. Because you don't know. You might walk in and all of a sudden hit some weird random laser that's there for security reasons and the whole house goes boom. You never know. You never know. I do not blame these guys for coming in and just being like, yo, I don't blame them. I don't. You don't know. This is some man. Okay. Like I said before, this he is more Suge Knight than Suge Knight. All right. This dude diabolical. As Grateful said, this is some nasty work, yo. Nasty. Okay. But yeah, they really came in. Look at this. Yo, they really did come in. They came in hot. They were not playing around. You never, like I said, this could be like a scene from Scarface. Hawker, say hello. You know what I mean? It could have been that. You never know. This dude is willing to blow up cars and everything. Come on now. I don't blame him. You don't know what's going to be on the other side of that dough. Yeah, Scarface. They love the bar guy. You know what I mean? In December, another woman alleged in a lawsuit that in 2003, when she was 17, Diddy and two other men arred her. The lawsuit filed in federal court in Manhattan says she was living in Detroit, in a Detroit suburb, and was flown to New York to his studio. That's where she was given a bunch of party favors and alcohol that made her incapable of consenting to any type of adult activities of the carnal nature. And the men took turns awing her. And of course, he said, you remember he said this after these lawsuits started dropping. He said, I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth, which actually ended up being a lie. Because of, let's not forget this right there. Because of stuff like this. Hence the reason why there's more and more women stepping forward, more and more victims stepping forward. Let's not forget there's an S worker, a male S worker stepping forward and saying, yeah, I'm willing to help you out. What y'all need? That's actually happening right now. We heard that from CNN, not TMZ. Okay? Not the Shade Room, not Hollywood Unlocked. CNN. That's a big deal, guys. He's got a lot of explaining to do. And of course, he in February, a music producer, which we already know, Lil Rod. He came in, he said, hey, there was things going on. There were prostitutes. He pressured me to have relations with these women or with these S workers. The lawsuit gives a long list of potentially illegal activities dealing with party favors and the S word that the producer says he witnessed. A lawyer for the rapper called the allegations pure fiction. Man, this lawyer's getting paid. Okay? This lawyer getting paid. The rapper is among the most influential hip-hop producers and executives of the past 3 decades. And we already know about all this stuff. What he's done, the fact that he killed Notorious B.I.G. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. But, there's speculation about him offing Diddy. Not Diddy, I'm sorry, Biggie. Okay? Oh, that's more Rick Ross. But you know what I'm saying. All right? Baby. There we go. I'm getting the big rappers all mixed up today. But as you can see, this is not good. We got more, though. We got more stuff. Okay? Now we're going to TMZ now. And it says, Diddy in alleged Jekyll and Hyde. New bombshell report. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Like I said, I mean, I'm not surprised. Let me just say this. I am truly not surprised that we get this, right? We get this kind of stuff. Hold on, because we got to take a tiny trip down memory lane. Do I still have it? Man, you know I better have that shoe. Come on.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up.
Word?
I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Word.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
So I feel like the rest of the world gets this, but in the real world, they get the other stuff that we've been covering. What Cassie really went through. You see what I'm saying? Because God knows what's in his system every day, all day as well. At face value, he's all like, I lead with love. Everything I do is from love. And all that stuff, right? Only to find out that he's not leading with love, he's leading with hate. He is bloodthirsty for power. That's what I'm getting. Ain't none of that have anything to do with love. But let's continue. Apparently he has been a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde character over the years. Either a super nice guy or allegedly violent and vicious. This according to a new bombshell report. Now, I do have pieces from the Rolling Stone article that I have to read from my phone because for some odd reason it won't open up on my computer. But I do have access to the actual report, so I'm going to be reading some of that from my phone, just so you know. So the Rolling Stone just published a sprawling article about the embattled rap mogul, detailing his life story and rise to fame starting in the 1990s. Now coinciding with his current federal criminal investigation, which could land Diddy behind bars for a very long time. And I hope he goes there for a long time. Okay. But it's crazy to think that, like I said, this is somebody who has been highly revered, highly respected in the hip hop and the Black community and in the community, period. Right. He is a part of the zeitgeist. He is part of pop culture. He has worked his butt off to make sure that his name, his face, his presence, his brand is out there in the tip of everyone's tongues, only for it to turn the way it turned. It's pretty wild. And again, I'm sure there's other monsters that are out here in these streets that behave the exact same way, but people are too scared to speak out or say anything about it because they don't want something bad happening to them. And I'm hoping that this situation, this downfall of Diddy, is a huge wake-up call and emboldens, empowers some of these people that are scared of speaking out about other vicious people like Diddy, because for a fact there are other vicious ones that are living and hiding in plain sight and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. I hear so many stories about all these producers, all these movie directors, all these actors as well, that just feel like they are untouchable, that they can treat people in a certain way, speak to people in a certain way because of their name. And I'm hoping that this is the start of something, because a lot of those people don't deserve any success. And it breaks my heart that it feels like to be successful, you got to do a lot of dirt. You got to do a whole lot of dirty just so you can be successful. I'm not for that. Let me be successful. I want the success, but I don't want to be doing it for the wrong reasons. Some of the richest men, some of the richest women in the world, dirty. Why? I have no idea. How's that okay? Those people are going out here treating each other, and the ones that work for them, the ones that want to just be in the same room with them, that idolize them, they'll treat them like absolute trash. Why? Why does that happen? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know about you, but of course I want success. Of course I want to, I want to be successful just like everybody else, right? Who doesn't want to be successful? But I'm going to do it on my own terms. In my terms alone. Just doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. And a lot of these people get away with this stuff for a very long time. It just blows my mind. A lot of these people will live and die and have a legacy, and they're highly revered. And the only people that actually know the truth die with that truth with them. Crazy. During their 6 months investigation, Rolling Stone reporters reached out to 300 plus people in Diddy's world and interviewed over 50 former friends, acquaintances, employees, artists, and industry insiders. Many of them refused to talk, but those who did had quite a bit to say. Several sources, including close associates of Diddy's from his bad boy days, claim to Rolling Stone he has a dark side and could be a menacing figure, desperately seeking acceptance/admiration while demanding public displays of devotion from others and splashy donations. Rolling Stone piece details several instances of either alleged outright violence or fits of rage, which the outlet reports goes all the way back to his days as a Howard University student. One alleged anecdote details a time in which Diddy gets accused of pummeling a record label executive who started dating his ex, the late Kim Porter, whom he's alleged of A-ing in this piece. Interesting. He's also accused of not ever letting her really move on throughout what's described as a tumultuous and toxic relationship. Now, what's interesting is that they're all coming back, like Kim Porter's name is starting to circle back into the conversation. People are starting to say more and more about that as well. And I got to be real. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know if her demise has anything to do, her passing has anything to do with him. If it was all done by his hand, I can't answer that. I personally cannot answer it. I feel like maybe she passed away, but she was a victim as well. That's what I think. I think she is a victim of SA, and God knows what else he did to her as well. But did he unalive her? I don't know. I personally do not know about that. All right. Other women Diddy has dated also mentioned in this story, including Jennifer Lopez, who RS reports was subjected to bad boy staffers trying to convey a message to her via Diddy after they split in an attempt to win her back. Apparently, Diddy sent these BB workers, bad boy record workers, to TRL studios to stand outside with signs, begging her to get back with Puffy at the time. Not only that, but according to RS, Diddy made very spicy advances to his female employees and other female associates / acquaintances throughout his reign. One woman claims he'd approach her boss to solicit her for sex. In yet another alleged instance, he's accused of attacking a woman at the offices of Bad Boy Records, which required employees to bust in and tear him away from the woman. That's crazy. There's a lot more in this piece, including claims that Diddy was jealous of Tupac's relationship with Biggie Smalls and that he wanted the spotlight after Biggie's demise. Several Bad Boy Associates employees are described as hating the dude behind his back. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Despite all these ugly episodes that are described in this article, there are positive sides of Diddy that are also touched on. Bottom line, Diddy allegedly runs really hot or really cold. Of course, the backdrop here is the fact that a grand jury has now been convened and witnesses are being contacted to potentially testify against a possible indictment. Despite his mounting legal challenges, Diddy has denied most of the wrongdoing alleged against him. Now, what's interesting about this, and of course, this is kind of like a summary from the Rolling Stones article, and I'm sure, I'm going to read some of it to you guys in a second. But as you can see, I mean, this is somebody who clearly is, like I said, bloodthirsty with power. He gets drunk or high off his own supply of power. This is not somebody who has any sense or any grip on reality, on the real world. In his world, things get done how things need to get done because of the money and power that he has. And he's only going to do it by strong arming people. That's all he's going to do. He's going to strong arm the hell out of people until he gets what he wants. And we have been seeing that for a long time. In fact, it's funny because the movie Get Him to the Greek, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, and I'm not sitting here saying you need to see that movie. It's not that great, okay? It's really not. But you see him being like this head executive of this company, right? And I think it's a record company as well. But again, you see how he is. And to me, I'm like, I'm sure this is not far from how he is in real life. This is not far from how he is in real life. Let's keep it real, babies. This is a very dangerous individual. That's what I truly believe. This is not a good individual. This is not somebody who gives a damn. Okay? It's crazy. All right? And it very, very sad. Okay? So let me grab some of these super chats and members chats and all that. So let me grab this really quick. Tammy, thank you so much for being a member for the past month. I appreciate it. 900 channels and nothing's on. Yeah. See what I'm saying? You're sitting there going through and I'm like, I've seen this movie. Have I seen this movie? And then you start watching it like, damn, I've already seen it. It's just, if you are out here streaming hard like me, then you are streaming out here hard and you've seen everything. So I was like, all right, I'm so tired of watching this or rewatching that or blah, blah, blah. I need something I ain't never seen before. So then I saw that this Nick and Aaron Carter documentary came out. And I'm like, okay, a docuseries. So I'm like, all right, let me check it out. And then I started watching and I'm like, okay, I got questions. I just got questions. Doesn't mean I don't believe it. Just got questions, but I appreciate your support. Regina, welcome to becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Chrissy, thank you so much for being a member of the past 19 months. Thank you. Wow. Over a year. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Do we think he'll be arrested or flee the country? That is a very good question. I'm so happy that you asked that question. Let me say this. I don't know if he's going to flee the country. I don't know if he's going to flee the country. Okay. Let me keep it real with you. There's a good, strong possibility that he will kick rocks. There's a very good, strong possibility he'll kick rocks. If he hasn't had that conversation with Russell Simmons already, then he must be having that conversation with Russell Simmons right about now. The fact that there's grand jury that has convened and that they are looking to get him indicted and charges are coming and all that stuff in the city of New York. Yeah, he better, if he's going to kick rocks, he's better start kicking rocks now. But I will say this too, that automatically means an admission of guilt. Also, I don't know how much he's gotten his stuff together or not. And he's had plenty of time to get all of his ducks in a row, get all that paperwork signed, get all the money, all of his monies stashed away in places that he needs to get it stashed away in so that the government doesn't just eat him dry, right? So if he hasn't done that yet, then he's an idiot and he has a terrible, terrible team. But I hope to God he doesn't run. I hope he faces the music and he does exactly what he needs to do, which is face the mother-loving music and take accountability for the things that he's done. Like I said, just because he got caught in 4K, all right, does not automatically mean he's guilty on every single one. We have to put that into the back of our brains for a second. We got to put that bee in the bonnet for a hot minute and realize that just because he got caught on tape doing this thing and he was denying it, saying, I didn't do it, is a witch hunt and all that, does not automatically mean he did it to everyone else as well. You know, like we've talked about the Sebastian Rogers case. We've talked about all these other cases where we're always side-eyeing certain sides or certain people in certain cases. But we always have to leave on the table that there's still innocent till proven guilty in a court of law. Now, if there is smoking gun evidence that comes out on tape or photos or whatever, or, you know, text messages that weren't fabricated or, you know, weren't fabricated in any kind of way, manipulated, it wasn't AI or anything of that sort, then damn right, woo, he's in trouble. But just because he got caught for doing what he did to Cassie does not mean he did those things to these other women and possible men as well. Those could also just be fabrications. We have to leave that on the table. Again, unfortunately, innocent till proven guilty. There's for sure going to be people that are going to hop in thinking that they can get a money grab. But what's really helpful for Cassie's case and pushes her case into more of the side of, oh, he did that, is the fact that he is actually doing it on video. Then also to throw salt, lime juice, and a shot of tequila in a very big gaping wound, he went onto video and said that. He said, it was me. He said, oh, lo siento. Didn't know, you know, I didn't know where I was. I was in a dark place and there was all this, I was messed up, man. And now I found God and I went to rehab and I'm talking to therapy. Okay. But that helped Cassie. Even though he doesn't really actually apologize to her and it's just more of a random video, he's admitting guilt to that video. You see? So it's a thing. If there's more videos out here and they actually get leaked, oh, it's a wrap. For every single last one, for every victim that has stepped forward, and if there's alleged video of this stuff, of these acts, of these crimes that are committed, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, y'all. But only time will tell. So you never know. He may look at that and go, okay, Cassie's situation, they had too much piled up against me. Too much evidence. I had to settle. I had to pay out of pocket. drop 20, 30, 50, 100 grand, $100 million, whatever it may be. I had no other choice because of the stuff that was pitted up against me. But what about these other allegations? Are there actual proof, without a shadow of a doubt, footage of said acts that I did with this person? If they actually have that stuff, it's a wrap. It's also a wrap. They're going to bleed him dry. They will bleed this mother lover dry. So the thing is that he may be trying to gauge what he has in his favor with every single case and what he doesn't have in his favor. And I think once he figures that out, we'll find out if he's hopping on a plane trying to fly away. But I don't think he's going to be able to hide. The feds are watching him too much. The feds are watching him way too much, y'all. There's no way he's going to be able to just sneak on a plane and fly away. They're watching him way too much. They want his ass. They want him bad. You know what I mean? But I already said that one. Regina, thank you so much. Melee, thank you so much for gifting. Tired as a mug, thank you so much for gifting twice. I appreciate it. Carbonized, thank you so much for the super chat. There could be sharks with lasers. They're friggin' heads in the pool. Dr. Evil. Yeah. That's very true. Yep. Dr. Evil. Yes, it could definitely be that. For sure. You never know. We talking about Diddy, y'all. That mother lover. He could have walked in there. The cops could have walked in there and then you just never know. You got to be prepared. You got to be safe out here. So I don't blame him for being overly prepared. I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. And then you're going, now what we gonna do? Well, we need to get the armored trucks. Well, they're all the way back at the station. You know, LA traffic. It's gonna be like 7 hours till it gets over here, man. Damn. So trust and believe. Tired, thank you so much. Got my Pascal t-shirt in, super comfy. If y'all can support Pascal and all he does to help the community, if you can't /subscribe is free. You know what? Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You got the t-shirt. I'm glad. I hope you appreciate the t-shirt. Hopefully it's, as you say, comfortable as hell. Okay. Thank you so much for the support. And yeah, go check out pascalmerch.com, guys. If you want to support the channel and all that, please go over there and check it out. Okay. But like I said, I mean, this is a very, very dangerous individual, in my personal opinion. This is not somebody who's out here, trying to do right by, the kids. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody who's really bad. And what's sad about it is this is somebody who I feel could be, oh, you son of a gun. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're good. I think what's really frustrating about this whole situation as well is that, he is actually passing this. If this behavior has been seen by his kids, like out there for everyone to see, this is something that's also being passed down to his kids. Okay? Think about that too. All those kids are seeing that behavior and going, oh, this is fine. I mean, this is how daddy became, that's how daddy became daddy. Bet I'm going to follow in his footsteps. But what's interesting is that instead of him trying to break the cycle, he continued the cycle by doing what he has been doing out here in these streets. Because I guarantee you, he's doing this in front of his kids. Okay? He's doing this in front of his kids. Okay, so I'm reading from the article from Rolling Stone. I'm going to try to skim through as much as I can. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, they say he was somebody who threw some of the best parties in, from New York City to the Hamptons to Hollywood. Now the spotlight Holmes constantly chased is trained on his alleged crimes in staggering scenes that understood his fall from grace. Heavily armed Homeland Security agents stormed his sprawling house or sprawling Los Angeles and Miami estates. We already know about that. Over the past 6 months, Rolling Stone conducted dozens of interviews with Combs' former friends, acquaintances, and employees, bad boy artists, as well as industry insiders. We already know about that. Okay. Those that did speak described a complicated man with opposing personas. Outwardly, they see a tastemaker who is unapologetically driven, generous, and jovial, even silly at times. He can be the same privately, but associates who got close to enough to him discovered something darker beyond the facade, a menacing figure who desperately wants to be accepted and admired, who uses public declarations of devotion, splashy splashy donations, and boasts that he is quote unquote brother love to hide an undercurrent of alleged and violence that, in one previously unreported allegation, traces back to before his career even started. Combs wielded his growing, oh, come on. See, this is what happens. This is so annoying. Sorry, guys. What? Come on. See, this is so annoying. It don't want me to. I am not subscribing to Rolling Stones just so I could read the damn article. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can finesse a little something. All right. Let me see here. But nonetheless, you got somebody who is you do have somebody who's out here who is not not a very, very good person. And he is he got a lot of explaining to do, man. Like a lot. Hold on, guys. Well, you know what's really annoying is that they put out this thing and then they say, "Oh, no, can't use that. Can't use that. Sorry." So, of course, I've said in the beginning, I'm going to say it again, but they said that feds have reportedly obtained surveillance video showing a male S worker being quote unquote victimized by Diddy inside one of his homes. They are currently in the process of contacting more individuals identified on these tapes. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. There are tapes that law enforcement actually does have in their possession. Is it S tapes? Is it tapes showing these freak offs? I don't know. All we know is that they do have surveillance footage. And apparently it's showing an S worker, a male S worker, being victimized by that of Diddy, which is crazy. All right. And the fact that that's even something new is mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm just checking more stuff, seeing if there's any more updates and whatnot. Now, Art of Dialogue put this up too, and I want to share this too. Great content, great YouTube channel as well. But they even said here, and let me just blow this up real quick. All right. And of course, Trump is having a verdict watch right now for his hush money trial, just so you guys know. So apparently the jury is in deliberation right now as we speak. Just letting you guys know. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm pro or for. I'm just letting you guys know the info. I know some of you guys get hypersensitive whenever his name comes up in a conversation, but that is a big story as well. I haven't covered it, but it's a big story. But it says here, CNN confirms that federal authorities have interviewed several accusers who have filed civil lawsuits against Diddy, and reveals that the feds are also contacting people who were in footage seized from Diddy's homes during the March raids, including a male S worker. Crazy. They also say that Diddy's accusers have already been notified that they will possibly have to testify in front of a grand jury in New York City. So here's the thing. Is this a situation in which Diddy just shot himself in the foot by having all these cameras all over the place, keeping these things documented and archived in his own home? I'm going to answer it for you guys. Hell yeah. Excuse me, I hiccup. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay? Hell yeah, he screwed this up. He screwed the pooch. Big time. Big time, guys. All right? It's bad. Okay? Hold up. Okay, hold on. We're gonna take a little trip down memory lane too. Hold on. You know what's crazy to me is that a lot of this stuff was happening in front of us, in plain sight, like in plain sight. And we heard stories about people getting interviewed, and they're sitting there going, "Oh yeah, don't mess with this guy, right? Go hang out with this person, but don't mess with this guy. He gonna be after you." You know, there's those things that are really out here. But there's a video of apparently Kevin Hart and Diddy. So let me show you guys this. And it's nothing bad. It's Kevin Hart like trying to curve him. You know what I mean? Trying to curve him real quick. Hold on.
Just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close, but it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying?
You can't write this stuff. All right. You can't write this stuff. Okay? You just can't write this stuff, y'all.
Before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early.
As much as some people don't like Kevin Hart, I think he's hilarious. And I think he's hilarious when he's just shooting from the hip. Like his stand up, it's kind of meh lately, and his movies not so great. It's kind of dismal, kind of disappointing. But whenever you just let him just riff, he's really funny. Okay. But he's sitting there going like, nah, bro, I have nothing to do. I'm on camera. What do y'all used to wrestle? What? Y'all used to wake up together and wrestle? What? What's going on here, man?
Yo, what the did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen.
Having a good time, yo. Your usher made it.
He don't care.
Hey, yo.
Oh no. Oh no. Trey Songz now too? Come on now. Look what you done started. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord have mercy. I'm just saying bottoms up. You know what I mean? It's not now this song has a totally different meaning. Okay? Ooh, nah, nah. You know what I mean? Look what you done started. Ooh, nah, nah. I'm just saying. Okay, Trey Songz is here too. I didn't know this was happening, man. I didn't expect this. Let's go.
I'm a thug. At the end of the day, I killed, man. No, listen, at the end of the day, I killed. Right, know me, man. Listen, in the streets, Diddy did this weekend. F5.
I don't even feel comfortable with you in my bed. Hold on. Can you go get some girls? Get me in the bedroom with some girls. Let's get some girls up here, please. Hey, yo.
I need some women. I need some women here because it looks a little too weird being a guy in a hotel room without some girls. So I need some girls real quick. Give me some girls. Man, oh man.
Can you move out of the way? I want to give you a proper introduction. Go get some girls. Go get some. Matter of fact, while the girls come, hey yo, no, check this out. No homo. No.
Why is he holding a bottle of Listerine though? Why? What's going on here? Why? Hold on. He said, what did he say?
Proper introduction. Go get some girls. Go get some.
This is so odd.
The girls come. Hey yo, no, check this out. No homo. Come here, man.
Wow.
Hey, yo, Kevin, come here. No homo. We're gonna have a contest. We're gonna have a contest. We're gonna get our breath fresh because your breath is stinking sometimes.
Diddy literally indicating sleeping with them. Imagine what.
Oh my God. All right. I didn't know it was a whole other content creators video, but my Lord have mercy. That's real. Yeah. And that's just a snippet. I know a lot of y'all have seen those. Okay. Like I know a lot of y'all have seen those videos where it's been some weird stuff going on. A lot of questionable things going on. And that one is definitely a weird one. And I know people misspeak all the time. Okay. People say things and they're like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Hold up. You know what I mean? Pump the brakes. Didn't mean it like that, But still that one where he's like, we used to wake up together and we used to wrestle over Frosted Flakes. Like, why would you, why? Like, why? You don't, that's a very interesting combination of words. And then you had Trey Songz in there. And I'm sure there's other people there too, but nah. Oh, nah. He didn't misspeak. I don't think he did. Okay. He out here. Hold on. What is that man's name? It's like Jay Farrow. Hold up. Yeah, hold on. I think wait, hold on. Cuz like if I'm correct, he said like somebody was asking him about now that I'm in the game, now that I'm in, getting more out here. And somebody literally said to him, was it Jay Farrell? Maybe what? No, it wasn't Jay Farrell. I think it was Desi Banks. Yeah, it's Desi Banks. I think it's Desi Banks. Hold on. Is it Desi Banks? This is going to drive me crazy. One of y'all is going to find it. Y'all going to send it to me. Watch. But he was like asking. He was like playing. I don't know if he was playing. I don't know if he was playing dominoes or if he was playing. I don't know what he was playing. But he was on this show and he's sitting there and he's playing, like they're playing a game. Wait, is this it? Yep, I found it. Oh, yes, indeed. All right, hold up. I got to get this and pull this up for you guys. I mean, it's not the best quality, but you're going to get it. Yes, it is Desi Banks. Dang. By the way, I interviewed Desi Banks a couple years ago, and it was a good conversation. We talked about faith and stand-up comedy and everything. Go check it out. It's on my archives. It's in my channel somewhere. Because I was going to share it last time he was on Shannon Sharp, but then I decided not to. I was like, it was already too late by that time. But I had a really great conversation with him. Man, I've interviewed a lot of these comedians that have now, have now made a name for themselves. No, I have not interviewed Jay Farrow, but would love to. But I've interviewed everybody from Ari Spears all the way to Desi Banks to, you name it. I've interviewed a lot of people. I had an interview with Jennifer Lewis, all right, who said Kanye needs to shut the hell up. That went viral, just about 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm very interested in getting back into the celebrity interview cycle again. It's just all about getting those interviews, right? But let me show you guys this video. This is something interesting.
What are some things that you feel like I should look out for? Coming into the game. Like you've been in the game for a long time, man.
Somebody's house for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stay away from that. Stay away from the take that mansion. That's all I'm.
Boom. Hold on. The reason why I thought of Jay Farrow is because Jay Farrow's in the actual clip saying this about Diddy's crib. Hold on. He said, don't go to that take that mansion. That's all I'm saying. You already know what that means. Let me just play that one more again.
What are some things that you feel like I should look out for? Coming into the game. Like you've been in the game for a long time, man.
Somebody's house for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stay away from that. Stay away from the take that mansion. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, stay away from that. All right. Second, they're laughing because they know it's true.
Yeah, I'm new. So I don't know.
Second, what I would tell you, and I mean, look,
hold on. Walk that.
Oh my God. And it's Jay Farrow saying this, man. And all of them are sitting there. They're playing spades. That's what they were playing. It wasn't dominoes. It was spades. They're sitting there playing spades, okay? And they're having this whole conversation. And he's like, or they're at least about to play spades. I don't know. But anyway, I don't see any books on the table or anything like that. But anyway, they're sitting there playing spades. And he says, hey, is there anything I should look out for? Now that I'm, out here in these Hollywood streets, people starting to know who I am. I'm starting to, make a name for myself in this game. And they literally say, all of them said it. I'll play it for the beginning real quick. You hear it. They all interrupt Jay Farrow because Jay Farrow is about to, drop some knowledge. And he's like, oh, yeah. Good point. Don't go to that Diddy house. Don't go to that take that house.
What are some things that you feel like I should look out for? Coming into the game. Like you've been in the game for a long time, man.
Somebody's house for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stay away from that. Stay away from the take that mansion. That's.
Did you hear that? So he's about to say something else because he's thinking like, he's probably thinking about something profound, like, keep your head up, man. You know what I mean? Always hydrate. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't do those drugs. You feel me? He's sitting there just trying to think of like, trying to be all deep and stuff. And then somebody else it says that mansion. And he's like, oh yeah. Yeah, don't go to that, take that. Don't go to that, take that mansion. Hold on. Let me play that one more time. It's classic. You can't miss it. You could land a plane on this ish.
What are some things that you feel like I should look out for? Coming into the game. Like you've been in the game for a long time, man.
Somebody's house for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stay away from that. Stay away from the take that mansion. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, stay away from that. All right. Second, they're laughing because they know it's true.
Yep. They're laughing because they know it's true. Yes, April. He's sitting there. He's literally sitting there going, run! You know what I mean? Run! Like that. Okay? Period. I remember that from a while back when we were really covering this Diddy. And wow. They even know it. Hence the reason why they are laughing about it. But what's sad about it is like they know about it, but did they witness it with their own two eyes? Or did they hear about these things? Is it just a rumor? Obviously, this rumor is now starting to become very, very true, but it does make you wonder. Does make you wonder. Were they a part of it? Do they know about it because they seen it with their own two eyes? Or is it just a rumor out here in these LA streets and these Hollywood streets, and they're just running with that rumor? Because that is a very big rumor. Clearly, it's not a rumor anymore, right? They're now, apparently, feds are talking to a S worker that apparently was victimized in this house. It's all caught on tape, allegedly, right? But even young, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Desi Banks, who's new to the game, new to the system, new to this Hollywood system in this game, is sitting here going like, what should I avoid, or what should I be doing more of or less of? What kind of advice do you have for me? And he's like, nah, just stay away from Diddy's home. You Gucci after that, man. It's crazy. Okay. King, if Diddy came onto this show, I would be absolutely, I would be shocked. I'll just say that. All right. I'd be absolutely shocked. But I'm here for it. Of course. I'd love to interview him. Are you kidding me? Okay. I mean, I'd be sitting there going, so can you explain to me how this whole thing started in the first place? Like, damn, what got you into this whole mess in the first? Did you learn this from somebody? Did you learn this way of life from somebody? Because you can't just one day, like we talked about addiction, right? Now, it's not like one day you go and you drink your one drink, take a shot of Jameson or something like that, and suddenly you're going, I'm addicted. No, it's a gradual thing. It happens over time, right? So when I hear about this, I keep wondering, did he learn this from somebody, get introduced to a certain way of life, a lifestyle, and then he just took that and he expanded that into something more? I know you messing with me, but I'm just saying, those are the things I'd like to know. What's the origin story of all this? Why did this all become the way it is? Was this introduced to you at a very, very young age? Were freak-offs part of a thing when you were a kid? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just would want to know, where did this come from? It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's heartbreaking, because we all of us, okay? All of us at least have one song that we like from Diddy, that was produced by Diddy, that was touched by Diddy, that had any type of Diddy influence. We all have that one song. We all do. All right. And now, when you hear that song, now all you're going to hear is a very dirty, dirty man. A very dirty man, but a very deeply disturbed individual. As somebody just said earlier, nasty work. He out here doing nasty work. All right? Nasty work, y'all. And he's been doing it for a long time in plain sight. Crazy. Just seeing if there's any more updates here really quick. Oh, wow. That golfer guy's charges have been dropped. Surprise, surprise. You heard about that golfer who drove with a cop on the hood of his car during the PGA Tour? I don't even watch golf, and I heard about this ish. He's like the #1 golfer in the world or something like that. Top of the game. Scotty Scheffler. Yeah, just so you guys know. Just random breaking news, just so you know. His charges have been dropped. I'm not surprised. But he literally was like driving his car trying to get into the tour, into the game. And a cop stopped him. And then all of a sudden, like this cop that was kind of like controlling the traffic, and he was trying to get around it. And then suddenly he just was like, the cop was like, no, you can't get through. And then suddenly he just drove his car, kept driving, and he drove basically through the cop to the point where the cop had to hop onto the hood of the car to hang on for dear life as this man is trying to drive. That's a true story. That is a true freaking story. But those charges have been dropped. They said that they weren't going to drop those charges. You understand? They said that they weren't going to drop those charges, which is absolutely crazy to me. Okay? Have mercy. Man, oh man. Yeah. So, anyway, those are just the things so far. Any Sebastian updates? Nope. No updates thus far. No updates. When I know something, y'all will know something. Trust. But I have not heard not a damn thing that has anything to pertain to the recovery or the finding of Sebastian in a few days. Everything else has just been drama BS. And like I said, I'm not answering to that stuff. We gonna wait till we get new information, and hopefully we'll bring people back on to talk about all that in the future. Okay. Appreciate you, Ray. I appreciate it, man. Trust. I'm keeping an eye on it. Trust. But like I'm like I said, I'm hovering from afar, because like I said, everything is turned into just a cluster F. And I said it a week or so ago. I just don't have time for it. I just don't. You know what I mean? It's gone negative in a very bad way, and in an unproductive way. And so I'm hoping that we get some new information here soon. So I'm waiting. Okay. I'm waiting just like everybody else. Okay. Yes, Pen, of course. Of course. I appreciate taking some self-care. Yeah. I mean, that's part of it too. It just, like I said, just turns so negative. I'm like, wow, why is everybody going after each other? What's going on with this? Like I said, it's pointless. And if it doesn't lead us towards finding him, then why is it even being mentioned? You see what I'm saying? So, can I do like 5 topics in one show? Okay. I did that a long time ago, Nicole B. I did. It is something that I've been interested in doing. But at the same time, I know that whenever I do one subject matter or one topic, you know what I mean? It shows people tune in. More people tune in. When I do the variety thing, people don't tune in. So that's something I've thought about for sure, because it'd be nice to be able to just talk about certain things and address a lot of different things all in one sitting. And I feel like, I've talked to you guys about doing more of these night shows where the night show would be more of multiple topics, that it wouldn't just be on one thing and one thing only. Unless I get like an exclusive interview or something exclusive happens, something breaking happens, that kind of thing. So it is something that I definitely want to do for sure. More of a multi-faceted show. But mostly those would be for the late night, or not for the late night, but for the nighttime shows, where we just go over everything that happened during the day. We're able to react, talk about things, and so on. But as of late, the Sebastian Rogers, Riley Strain, and Micah Miller's case, and all those kind of took the driver's seat for a lot of these late night shows or these nighttime shows, because everybody wanted to talk about those things. You know what I mean? So definitely something I am looking to bring back. Bring some more variety to the shows and all that. It requires a whole lot more time. It really does. It's just a lot more time that unfortunately I just don't have right now, so sticking to one story or one topic per show it helps for me for now. You know what I mean? Until I'm able to like finesse and bring in more topics. You know what I mean? And yeah, I want to do skits too. Trust me, I definitely want to do more skits. It's called time and it's called money that I just don't have. I don't have both of them. Shooting a skit ain't cheap, unfortunately. Bringing a crew, shooting with the crew, sitting down, coming up with the concept, coming up with the skit, getting other people involved. If I need an actor or another person to be involved in that skit, those things take time. Those things take a lot of time, but I miss it a lot. Trust and believe. I really, really do. But then, okay, I'm going to say this to you guys, and I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I do get a little worried because I don't want to sit there and go, oh, let me do a crowdfunding thing, or let me do you know what I mean? Because it feels like I don't want to feel like I'm constantly asking for, oh, give me monies. You know what I mean? The only thing I can think of is like, if it was a thing of like, all right, everybody join if you guys are helping fund skits, for example, you go over to the Patreon and you support over there. Because if you go over there, then those funds can be used towards actual skits. You see what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I still need the support from you guys as far as the family memberships on YouTube. But as far as the Patreon stuff, that Patreon stuff goes straight. That's a little bit more funnelized straight to me, if that makes any sense. So that's the thing. It's just, that's the only thing I can think of. Like I said, like I said, Maui, I will not be doing any interviews with Seth until there is new updates. So I'm waiting for that. There isn't anything new right now. But when he does have something to share with us, he'll be back. He'll definitely be back. And let me say this too. That does not mean anything other than what I just said. If there's more information from Seth, we will have him back on. In fact, I may have him back on in a little while just to rehash the case, talk about the facts and only the facts and all that. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm just letting you guys know that right off the bat. As soon as there's new information, we will be talking. But I am not bringing him in to just talk about drama. I'm just not. So just saying that out loud. All right. And that does not mean I am not wanting to do anything with the case. I am still watching like a hawk to find out if there's any new information. But right now there is no information. So there's nothing I can do about it except continue waiting for the more information and more facts to come out so that we can actually talk about it. Right. Like I said, I just don't think it's productive to sit here and go, Sebastian wears glasses? Let's talk about that for 5 hours. I'm sorry, I just don't have time for it. No disrespect. I just don't have time for it. And there's plenty other cases, plenty other people that need justice just as much as Sebastian as well. So, like I said, we will talk about it when there's something to talk about. Okay? And please don't mince my words or try to flip it around to make it sound like something else. Okay? Because I already said what I said. When Seth has something to tell me, he'll be on the show. But right now, there's nothing. So we wait. And we have to wait and be respectful of that. That's all I ask. It's so frustrating, guys. I'm sorry. Because it gets so twisted, convoluted. People take what I say or what other people say, and they spin it into something that is not true. Just hear what I said. When Seth comes on, he will be on. But right now, there's nothing. When there's more, we will talk. I am still in this case. I still care. I'm just waiting for more information. I'm waiting for facts, guys. And I think we all are waiting for facts. Melly, thank you so much. Just because here for Pascal, not no diddler. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? To the diddlers. To not the diddlers. I mean, you know what I mean. To the diddlers. I didn't mean like that. You know what I mean. All right. I appreciate it. Okay. Yes, I heard about that, about Chad Daybell and the closing arguments. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for the verdict, like when they start going into verdict watch, most likely, I'm looking into maybe doing a highlight type of thing, like going through the big moments in Chad Daybell's case. The same thing with Karen Reed, because I know that the Karen Reed case has been absolutely crazy. And it's been absolutely just polarizing as all get out. But I have been watching that case. Just because I'm not live streaming it does not mean I'm not keeping close tabs on it, because when they do the verdict, we will be doing a watch party on that. But I am waiting for that one to kind of get into the closing argument segment so that we can actually go through the bullets, you know what I mean? Do one big old show where we're just talking about the big key moments in the Karen Reed case, right? Same thing with the Chad Daybell case, go through the big moments, the big key moments of the Chad Daybell case leading up to the verdict, right? So that is something that I'm interested in doing big time, you know what I mean? But again, while we wait for all of these cases and more information for Sebastian, more information for Riley Strain or Micah Miller, there are other cases and other stories and other people's voices that need to be heard as well. Okay. Hence the reason why, I brought in Jennifer Santinello onto the show to talk about Layla's case, because Layla's case, sure, it had a little bit of attention back in the day, but her kid's still nowhere to be found, right? And I'm hoping that we'll be able to bring more conversations here, like what we always did, Same thing with exactly, Kim, just like Madeline Soto's case. A lot of these cases deserve a little bit more love and a little bit more focus. And, there's little bits and pieces that keep trickling out on all these cases, right? But nothing has been, fully, we need to put those things together so we can talk about those things in its entirety, right? Yes, Harley Morris as well, right? There's a lot of cases, like I said, that are just needing a little bit more time. You know what I mean? Charlotte, thank you so much. I'm so glad the YouTube community has you for objective, entertaining coverage of these things. Of course, but the thing is I appreciate same thing. Yep, Harmony Montgomery, exactly. Where is she, right? Where is Harmony Montgomery? But for me, it's a thing where my voice, for example, would not be heard without your ears, right? If you were not looking for objective, entertaining coverage, that is trying to be inquisitive and asking the questions and all that, I think that it would be different. I'd be just talking to a wall. So, without you guys here, there'd be nothing, right? But like I said, many other cases, many other conversations that need to be had without a shadow of a doubt. And still, that does not mean that we stop talking about Sebastian or Riley or Micah or Layla or Harmony, or the Idaho 4. We talk about all of them, but we also need to gain or leave room for other cases and other stories that haven't gotten any time under the sun. So, when there is more information on a lot of these cases, then we'll be bringing those people back up, right? We'll be bringing the families or the friends, the spokespersons, whatever it may be, back into the mix, back into the conversation. But for right now, we just gotta wait. You know what I mean? Harris, just so you know, it's Caleb Harris. Caleb Harris with a C. Just so you know, Ray. All right. And that one is a crazy one too, which I'm still trying to find out what the heck is happening with that one. I've been wanting to know what's going on with that one, but honestly, the family has been kind of playing a lot of things close to the vest right now, since our first interview, since our only interview. So we're still waiting. You know what I mean? We're still waiting for information. Just like all these other cases. I'm still waiting to hear about Riley Strain's independent autopsy and his toxicology results. Still haven't heard anything about that either. So we're still waiting, like I said. All right. So, like I said, we'll be bringing in some more things, some more variety and all that in the meantime. And then there will be like focused, only hovering around one particular case or one particular conversation, because that's just how we roll here, because sometimes none of you guys want to hear anything except for the conversation about that particular case. So we do what we can to appease, you know what I mean? But outside of that, we're going to keep doing what we do. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, I am going to wrap it up. All right. So that is the show, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much for being here. Again, if there's more information on these particular cases that you guys have asked about at the end of the show, trust me, we will be talking about those things. Oh, we will. But we need the information first, right? First things first. So I'm hoping that there's some new updates in all of these cases. But we haven't gotten them yet, so we'll see what happens. All right? But please, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button down below, please and thank you. All right? Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That would really mean a lot. Do not forget to hit that follow button on all my social medias. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right? Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Have a great rest of your day. I may be on a little bit later on tonight. It just depends on if there's new information that develops. I'm waiting on some information. If I get that stuff, we will be talking. Okay? So be on the lookout. Make sure that notification bell is set to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it is random. All right, guys? Anyway, it's time to get going. Much love to you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. See you guys soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.